Following in the traditional Irish musical footsteps of Daniel O'Donnell, Foster Nallen, St. Patrick and Jedward, a new voice for a new generation, Brendan O'Rogers. Here Brendan and his band, Tone Wolf and the Charlie Boys, give new interpretations to old favourites.
I can get no transfer action. That's neat, really love Paddy Roberts beat.
And new classics.
I nearly threw a wobbler over John McGinn. I nearly threw a wobbler over John McGinn. Lay your head next to mine on the sunbed. If I was chocolate, I'd eat myself.
Remember, this album is not available in any shops, apart from the dodgy Celtic ones you get done in the bars. So order now and receive absolutely free an exclusive bonus disc featuring Brendan's own special tribute to former Celtic favourite Moussa Dembele.
Aye, Moussa, aye, Moussa, aye, Moussa, till up through the day. Moussa, get it, Moussa, get it.
The Brendan O'Rogers Collection, available now from Diddly Diddly Dee disc.
Immediately after the investiture, you and Prince Charles had a quick word.
Aye, that's right.
Can I ask what you said?
It was nothing much. I just says to him, I was a king when I was 25. What age do you think you'll be before you're one? I don't think he was too pleased.
Hold on, I think I hear something. Who are you?
I'm Alex McLeish, and this is the Scotland football team.
Right, everyone back. Back, come on, nothing here.
Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let me in. Oh, child, let the beautiful...
The postcode lottery.
No, mate, you're getting evicted. I'm Jonathan Sutherland, and welcome to Sports Scene. Tonight, 3 middle-aged men wearing clothes far too tight for them will try to cross their legs. And fail. What about those mistakes? Could they have been avoided? Jonathan, if you make mistakes at that level, you get punished. You get punished. You get punished. It's simple, avoidable. Yes, but Tomo, the point is, if you make them, you get punished. Not all of the time. Not all of the time. Most of the time. Mostly. Some of the time, now and again. Tomo, don't talk rubbish. One slip is all it takes, and you get punished. Unless you get away with it and don't. The red card. Was it? For me, a red card all day long, and there is nothing anyone can say to convince me otherwise. It wasn't a red card. I totally agree with Michael. And what about the penalty shout in the first minute of the game? I think it was a penalty, if Michael does. It wasn't a penalty. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There are a growing number of sections with fans who are encouraged to sing. Celtic have the Green Brigade, Rangers have the Blue Order, and us here at Thistle, we have the hipster vegan jazz troupe. Take it away, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stephen, what did you think when you first heard Rangers wanted you to be their manager?
Well, I just thought, surprise, surprise.
Are you enjoying life at Rangers?
Yeah, it's been a lot of laughs.
How did you meet the players?
I went up to everyone, and just said, "What's your name? Where do you come from?"
So, how would you summarise it all?
Here's our Graham with a quick reminder.
When Stephen asked for my advice, I told him, Rangers are the biggest club in the world, and successfully managing a club as big as that will do him the world of good, when, like me, he leaves to join a bigger club in England.
Outdoor sport and Coatbridge Mountaineering Club have been criticised for their new training method, hiding a bottle of Buckfast at the top of the climbing wall.
We go behind the scenes to discover how Anne Summers tests the strength of the elastic in their new range of sexy thongs.
We've all seen the Prime Minister's moves at our party's annual conference. Well, not to be outdone, our own First Minister has shown she can do it too.
Chris Boyd's typical over-the-top goal celebrations there. Oh no, a coin has been thrown onto the pitch. Fortunately for Chris, it's a chocolate coin, so he'll be delighted.
And Gareth Southgate, what a man Gareth Southgate is. The way he has led his England side to victory against top sides, like Panama and Tunisia. It's wonderful what football can do for people. It really is. And you look at the lift the English team's quarter-final victory gave to the whole of England. Almost as big as the lift their semi-final defeat gave to the whole of Scotland. I'm joking. It was difficult, but we held on for a superb win against Israel. I was extremely pleased with my team of third-choice, last-minute replacement call-ups. And I said to them in the dressing room, "Well done, whoever you are."
Oh! How you doing? It's me, your old pal, Kim Jong-un. Having a wee secret holiday here near Scotland and that. Got a brilliant Airbnb deal and a wee gaff in Millport. And see, since Monday, I've been all over and visited some cracking places. Distilleries. Oh, the place is hoaxing with them. And I'll tell you, the whiskey here is nearly as good as the real Japanese stuff. That's 'cause, like protesters in North Korea, it's kept in a barrel for 25 years. What's the script? You don't got a 20 pence piece? Brilliant. Having a ball. Of all the places I've visited in Scotland, the one that pure blew the heat off me was Cumbernauld, because that opened my eyes to what the world would be like after a nuclear war. Marry me, marry me. Hey. Visited your Scottish Parliament. It's quite embarrassing, actually. Get mistaken for Ruth Davidson.
It just shows you how far we've come this year. What a victory. I had tears in my eyes, my throat was hoarse, and we waited behind for hours to cheer the team onto the bus. We were in dreamland. It had just been so long since Rangers had actually beaten Livingston. I think since the series Bodyguard was on television, people have taken an interest in the whole issue of security and what people like me do. Excuse me, I've got to go to work. Can I watch a motor for you, mister?
Showbiz. And we can reveal the latest contestant to be fired from The Apprentice.
In a bid to create positive role models for young girls, the BBC is launching a kids' TV show starring Bits, a female engineer. But sadly, despite her postgraduate degree and vast experience, she'll still be paid £10 an hour less than Bob the Builder. With the shambles of a transfer window still rankling with their fans, Del Prado magazines and Celtic FC are proud to announce the Dud Collection. In 358 weekly parts, you can build the ultimate squad of Celtic Haddies. Late, last minute and panic buys, from the mystifying to the utterly inexplicable. Players who promised much and delivered nothing. Players who promised hee-haw and did not disappoint. Plus, collect a different part every week and build your own Marvin Comper. Every true Celtic fan will want to own the Dud Collection.
So, was it a penalty? I've seen them given, so have I. But I've also seen them not given. Me too. So, for me, it's not a given. But he gave it. He did. So, it's a penalty. It is, but only in the sense that he gave it. Hold on, Tomo. Are you saying it wasn't a penalty, but the fact he gave it means it was a penalty? Correct. Not necessarily because it was a penalty, but because he gave it. So it's a penalty, even though arguably it wasn't a foul. Technically. Tomo, there's nothing technical about it. It either is or it isn't. It's a straight yes or no. Or maybe. Should the player have been sent off? Yes. No. No. Yes. Maybe. Possibly. For me, Tomo, it's a definite red. Or, as Mikey says, possibly a yellow. Or possibly a yellow. Look, Jonathan, all we are saying is the game is screaming out for consistency. Why can't referees be consistent? You mean like us? Yes.
Well, we do all we can to improve the game in this country. We appoint pals to key SFA jobs. We narrow pitches. We don't water them. We grow grass long. We have our top teams playing on plastic surfaces. We kick lumps out of anyone with actual skill. And yet, I still can't figure out how every other country in the world is making progress except us.
Why? Is that you finished spending all our money?
Well, Malcolm, when I heard Mike Ashley of Sports Direct was taking over Fraser's, I feared the worst. I really did. But I just popped in, and it's not so bad after all. What do you think of these?
25 years ago, Nelson Mandela came to Scotland. It was a visit that resonates to this day with Glaswegians like Simple Minds lead singer Jim Kerr.
Glasgow, my city, mine. 25 years ago this year, Nelson Mandela came to Glasgow. And now, 25 years later, we celebrate that event's 25th anniversary. Then Ulster, Madiba, came to Glasgow City Chambers to be given the freedom of the city and to have his dinner. It was in this very place that Nelson had his lentil soup, into which he dooked a roll, followed by supreme of chicken with totties and peas. And for his pudding, homemade apple pie with cream, but not fresh cream. Council cuts meant it was the cheap stuff, sprayed out a scoosher. Nelson Mandela Place. It's hard to believe that Nelson once stood here, because he didn't. He had intended to visit this location, but it was raining, so he couldn't be arsed. Nelson Mandela. Respect.
Well, for me, seriously, I really mean it. 2018 will go down in history as the year that a long-standing riddle was finally answered, when millions of people watching their TV
finally went, ah, so that one's Dick. That's right. I call my new son Brendan after the Celtic manager. Just like Brendan, whenever he doesn't get what he wants, his toys come straight out of the pram.
Yes, I signed up to the Ibrox Stadium tour, which was very reasonable. See, when you go around the ground, you get a discount if you agree to fix bits here.
It's not just the local community that benefits financially from the Scottish Film Office. Production companies benefit too. For example, they filmed World War Z here in Glasgow. Saved themselves a fortune in zombie makeup.
Outlaw King? Nah. Prefer the Nat King.
Freemasonry, the world's oldest social fraternity for men with interchangeable first and second names. Worldwide membership is estimated at 6 million, with 99% of that membership living in Scotland. There are 3 stages of membership: apprentice, fellow craft, and member of the SFA judicial panel. BBC Scotland, Secrets of the Masons. We can't tell you when it's on. It's a secret.
With competition intensifying in the fast food sector, we reveal exclusive footage of Domino's pizza delivery riders in training. Partick Thistle attempted to fix their losing streak by going on adventure training with the Scottish paratroopers. Thistle played a football match in a forest in Argyll. The Trees won 5-1.
Hungry? Get the Munch Up app. The only voice-activated food ordering device especially in tune with people all over Scotland who are Hank Marvin.
Munch up! Gonna scud into is a full bung boona with a keema naan, boiled rice and chippies pure pronto.
Ordering a chicken boona with rice, chips, and keema naan.
With the new built-in low-calorie option.
Munch up. Get me one Titanic stuffed crust meat feast pizza.
Your eyes are bigger than your belly, you greedy bastard. You'll never eat all that.
Don't lose. Just get us a 10-inch up.
The Munch Up app. Even works in Dundee.
Hey, Munch Up. Get us 2 bridies, a plainie, and a ning-a-ning-a-no.
Ordering 2 bridies, a plain one, and also one of the onion variety.
So, Scotland, get the Munch Up app today, because let's face it, you can't be arsed cooking.
Do I see any more for this bottle of Macallan? Going once, going twice. Sold for £850,000. Right, now it's time for the star lot. A 2012 bottle of original recipe iron brew. What am I bid?
Used to be all you got in here was sweetie papers, crisp pokes, and the odd ginger bottle. Now, go plastics, cans, cotton buds.
Oh, come on, mate. Use that back.
I'm sorry, pal. Here you go.
Controversial US President Donald Trump flew into Scotland this year and spent some time at his golf course in Turnberry. We caught up with him and asked the questions that matter.
Mr. President, we've heard you've booked a private concert in the White House by Wet, Wet, Wet.
causing the band to cancel a Scottish tour.
I think I'm doing Scotland a tremendous favour, and I think my mother would be very, very proud of me.
What did you think would happen when minimum pricing for alcohol came into force?
You're going to have riots all over Scotland.
Finally, Mr. President, there have been rumours your latest golf course is not as high-end luxury as some others. Well, surely the big story of the season was the plan to have both League Cup semi-finals played in the same city, in the same stadium, on the same day. All parties were said to be happy with this arrangement, an arrangement that was set in stone, that could not be challenged, could not be changed, and would not be changed until the moaning started.
I'm not happy.
Nah.
Not happy.
Well, this is a potential disaster waiting to happen, with Celtic, Rangers and Aberdeen fans fighting and dragging innocent Hearts fans into it.
Change had to come, and eventually it did. Match locations and times were switched after consultation with the SFA, Police Scotland, and Folk Gunut Geising for Halloween.
Looking back, I would say, despite the disappointment, the League Cup semi-final at Murrayfield was a great occasion. Look, the highlight of the match for me was when Steve McLean grabbed a Celtic player by the nagers, because that was the only time in the entire match when a Hearts player actually held on to a ball.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be honest, and I'll tell you, it was very disappointing to leave the Republic of Ireland setup. It really was. To be fair, though, it's not a full-time job. I mean, Ireland actually only play roughly about 26 games a year. You know, you've got your 8 internationals and you've got your 18 Celtic testimonials.
Just back for the pavilion. Yes, I went to see Hail Hail, Stop in the 10 Celtic story of the Lions of Lisbon and Seville, the musical. Because, you know, that's what makes us special. That they can repackage the same old pish year after year. You know, we still lap it up.
Next on BBC Scotland, we travel to a place where Scotland can actually win a big international football game. The past. Yes, we're going back 40 years down memory lane to 1977 in another edition of When Scotland Were Actually Half Decent at Football. Call down your grandpa, it's starting.
How good was Scotland in 1977? It was so good that I was in the squad, but not picked for the starting 11. Imagine that, not picking me. That's how good Scotland were. Kenny Dalglish was our Messi, Willie Johnson was our Neymar, and Tam Forsyth was our Tam Forsyth. That Wembley atmosphere, I mean, you could hear it, you could see it, you could smell it, you could taste it. And if you could breathalyze it, it was over the limit. Back then, we were helped by 3 factors. All the best players in the Scottish League were Scottish. All the best players in the English League were Scottish. And all the best players in the England team were mince. Well, you know, players then didn't have fancy dance stuff like neon boots or goalie gloves. It was a man's game. You took your rollers out your hair and you just got on with it. When we got out on that park, we had hope in our hearts, fire in our bellies, and product on our nappers. And that combination worked like a battering ram. And the fans knew how to celebrate, you know, jubilant but respectful, fully cognizant of the facts. You know, we've beaten you. We're better than you. We have humiliated you. You're nothing. We are the dominant masters of British football, and you are the rampage losers. But we're not going to rub it in. That was just the way it was back then. And looking back, I know some fans took something from Wembley that's stayed with them from that day to this. And I think that something's still growing in a window box in Castlemill.
Okay, thanks for coming. I will now announce
The Scotland squad that I expect to take us to qualification for a major tournament. Alexander, Corsey, Beattie, Mitchell, Ross, Little, Cuthbert. Hold on, Alec. That's the Scottish women's squad you're reading out. Exactly. That way we might qualify.
Does he know his best team? He doesn't know his best team. Do you know his best team? Do you know your best team? You don't know your best team. Until your team play their best. Then that's your best team. But Tomo, what if your best isn't good enough? When your best isn't the best, that's the worst. Has the manager lost the dressing room? Big time. Not lost, temporarily mislaid. Where is he mislaid it? Well, if he knew that, then it wouldn't be lost, would it? So, it is lost. Possibly, but it's findable. So, where does he look? Initially, where he lost it. So, the manager has lost the dressing room. Not necessarily, but maybe someone's stolen it. Tomo, who steals a dressing room? A dressing room thief?
To celebrate the fantastic achievements of Scottish football this year, the Scottish Mint is proud to announce the SPFL Coin Collection. Exact replicas of the missiles thrown at your favourite stars in 2018. The SPFL Coin Collection. Guaranteed no lifetime ban with this product. Call us now, and remember, collectible coins are not for throwing, they're for lonely people with no pals.
Yes, 7 Scottish trophies in a row. Are we on our way to a treble? Who can say? But I will say it is a miraculous achievement that doesn't quite get the credit it deserves, you know. So let's just pause for a moment and reflect on how brilliant I did. A bit more. And we're done. Come the transfer window, I'm thinking about bringing back Joe Dodo from his loan at Blackpool. But you know, Blackpool might want to keep him because of what Dodo does do, and what Dodo to keep doing the Dodo, because that's what Dodo does. As for the Rangers fans, I think they do want Dodo, though, don't they, though?